Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Morgan Hasn't Seen. I am Morgan, I haven't seen things. Jeannine, we're back. It's season 3, series 3, whatever the hell we call the damn things on the show.
That was some beautiful singing, by the way.
Well, you know, I do like to sing, as is frequently heard on both shows that you can find on this podcast feed. Probably more so on Morgan Hasn't Seen than on Wonderful Podcast. Mainly because if I sang on Wonderful Podcast too much, Nolan would tell me to shut up, and that wouldn't make me feel very nice.
Oh.
And he's very cruel to me. He might come off as nice and sweet and you know all that, but no, he's actually very cruel to me. And
That's why me and Brandon have had to kidnap him and
several times. Yeah. So it's always very fun when the storylines of the podcast can come back into action. It's always very nice. I often do like to say that you can be cruel to me on this show as well. In the movies you may choose for me to watch. This is, after all, called Morgan Hasn't Seen. You, Jeannine, are the one who picks those movies.
I do.
Now, we did finish our Keanu Reeves series last week.
We did.
And, well, I'm going to let you do it again. I'm going to let you tell us what we have coming up. I'm sure we already told the people this last week.
We told the people.
Yeah. What have you got for me this in this series?
So this series run, we are doing the Men in Black movies in anticipation of Men in Black International.
Starring the best duo of modern movies.
Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth.
Exactly.
Did you hear they actually want to redo The Bodyguard together?
Yes, I did. And I am all about it.
Because we know she can sing, so
she can sing.
Totally down for it.
And Chris Hemsworth can, of course, do a very good Kevin Costner impression.
And I'm pretty sure anybody could have romantic chemistry with him, so...
And with Tessa Thompson as well. Yeah, I mean, it really just works.
Yeah.
Look, if Kevin Costner can pull off romantic tension with Whitney Houston, well, you've got to assume that a Hemsworth-Tessa Thompson chemistry would maybe be slightly more believable. I do not believe that Whitney Houston would ever go for Kevin Costner, but still.
Yes. It worked somehow.
It worked. And I like Kevin Costner. So
I do too.
Just, yeah. What was the movie with Kevin Costner in that I watched recently? It was a baseball. It was Bull Durham.
Oh, yeah. You told me you watched Bull Durham.
I did tell you I watched Bull Durham. It's a good movie. I was wanting to watch some baseball movies because, you know, I like baseball these days. It's my new sport because the other sports generally make me miserable. No, not speaking anything in particular. Those who know me will know why I'm miserable about sport at the minute. But baseball doesn't make me miserable, and that movie was certainly good. But we're not here to talk about Kevin Costner.
No,
and various
we're here
baseball
to talk
movies.
About Men in Black. So this is the first episode of this series. So of course we start with the original Men in Black with Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones.
1997. Good year. Very good year. Might be. You know, like you always get the sort of... Again, I like to age myself on these things, don't I? I like to make everybody fully aware just how ageist they can be against me. You'd always get asked, like, what are your favourite movies from the year you were born, right? You always get asked that.
Yes.
And I always felt like 97 was it had its decent movies, but it's not like a standout year. This is right up there.
So you really did enjoy this one, didn't you?
Look, I loved this one. And yeah, like you said, we're doing the full four movies it will be by the time we finish, because we will be doing Men in Black International as well. And then we're doing another bonus.
We're going to do a bonus, as this series original trilogy had Will Smith in all of them. We will do a Will Smith bonus.
Yeah.
So we will put up a poll and ask you guys what we should pick for the Will Smith movie that we're going to watch as the bonus.
And that poll obviously won't be up yet, but it will be up in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, and you get to choose which Will Smith movie that I have missed.
Pretty sure this poll will be pointless, because based on the timing
if you take a moment right now to look at the date, maybe you're listening to this on the date it was released, but if you look at the date of this release and then realise what we've just said that we're doing this month, and then what we're going to finish with, and then look at the date of that, and then just think to yourself, Will Smith movies, and then think, wait a minute, surely Morgan hasn't not seen that movie.
Yes.
To which my response is, I'm British.
Well, the results will probably be pretty predictable, but we'll take a chance and let you guys have some fun, and you can help me torture Morgan a little bit.
Which is always nice, unless, Jeannine, that movie isn't on the poll and we just do other ones instead.
But I definitely think you should see the main one that we're kind of dancing around.
The obvious, yes.
Yes. So
we're not
definitely
going
on the poll.
Say it, because it's just a fact what it is now.
And Morgan said it last week and killed the surprise.
Did I?
So if you listened to the show last week, you will know exactly what we're talking about. You did. You revealed like quite a few options that were going to be on the poll.
I am so professional.
And you're so excited. That's why you just let it all out.
Admittedly, I am very excited. And watching the first Men in Black this week has got me even more excited, because, oh my God, did I love this movie so very, very much.
Did you think you were going to like it as much as you did?
Not as much as I did. I thought I was going to like it because it's so easy to like Will Smith, right?
Yes.
But this is prime Will Smith.
Yes.
This
when
is
he was
real
starring in
Will
these
Smith.
movies and then doing the main soundtrack song for them.
Yeah.
He had a nice little run of doing that.
But I mean, yeah, the main soundtrack song for them though, but it's only the closing credits of this.
Yeah. You don't want to be too obvious. I mean, usually that's kind of what they do. They play a song, like the title song in the end credits.
Yeah,
I recently saw Godzilla and they played some song that was like, blah, 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 Godzilla. Like,
what?
At the end credits.
I haven't seen Godzilla, King of Monsters yet. What is this?
I don't remember how the song goes. I just remember them saying Godzilla. So,
oh no.
Yeah, see,
I don't want to see Godzilla anymore.
Maybe I'm not doing this epic song justice. I just don't remember how it went. I just remember it said Godzilla in it. So yeah, I mean that's typically done, having the main soundtrack song at the end. So you're dancing out of the theater.
Well, yeah, I suppose that is the case. You are definitely dancing out of the theater.
And did you love this track as much as you loved the movie?
Well, I mean, I like that song. I like, obviously, knowing me and knowing my fondness for all things old and whatever. I like the original song that it's obviously sampled from. It's
Yes.
a good song, very good song. But I like that song. I like the Will Smith version. I like Will Smith's sort of fun rap. It's kind of ridiculously just often cheesy, but kind of just really
he has to
catchy.
And get like some plot points in the rap.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta really be creative to do that kind of stuff.
I mean, he does that perfectly with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
which is, of course, the whole story.
Yes. All about how
All about
his life got flipped, turned upside down. You walked into it. You walked into that one.
I suppose I suppose I did. But yeah, I mean, I'm a decent Will Smith fan. I like Will Smith. I haven't watched a great many of his movies, to be perfectly honest. Like, you could name a bunch of Will Smith movies, and I'm sure we will. And we should, apparently,
Well, yeah,
so you
they'll probably
tell me
all
we did
be on
last
the
week.
poll.
They'll be all on the poll, right? And you'll be thinking, well, what? These are big movies right here. But I don't know. The stuff I've seen Will Smith in, I've really liked him in. Obviously, I was a big Fresh Prince fan. It was always on TV. Here on one particular, I forget what the channel was actually called now, but 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock was always the hour of Fresh Prince after school on this thing. So that was always nice.
So let's get into this movie.
Men in Black.
What did you like about it? Yeah. What grabbed you?
On the comedy, honestly.
Okay.
Didn't think it'd be quite as funny as it was. Thought it'd be a bit more sort of action sci-fi.
Okay.
But
I mean, you have Will Smith, and he's a comedic guy, so...
He is. That I mean, you make a fair point. I don't know why I thought maybe it was Tommy Lee Jones that put me off the fact of it maybe being
that it may be in a comedy. But see, that's the whole thing. Like, he's not trying to be funny. He's completely playing it straight.
Oh, that is true.
And that's why it works, and that's why it comes off as funny, because all this crazy stuff is happening, and he's just playing it super straight.
Yeah, you are. I can't argue with that at all, because he is doing that, and I really like Tommy Lee Jones in this. It's nice to see Tommy Lee Jones have some fun, Jeannine.
Yes, because he just seems so grouchy nowadays and stuff.
What was the last movie you saw him have fun in? This. Well, I don't know if you've seen like Men in Black 2 or 3 or whatever it is. Although isn't like Josh Brolin in 3 as a younger version?
Yes, he is. They go back in time.
Yeah.
Which does
we'll
not
get
have
there.
a Will Smith
We'll get
song.
there.
It has a Pitbull song called Back in Time.
Is it as does it take you out of the movie as much as that Pitbull version of what is it? Africa in Aquaman?
No, because it's in the end credits, I believe.
No, okay,
and
okay.
I think it's like takes the it samples that song from Dirty Dancing, that baby song where her and Johnny are like dancing together before they get interrupted.
Okay.
Yeah, that Baby You're the One song.
Pitbull, why do you have to do these things?
Yeah.
Why? Stop for the good of humankind.
But I'm pretty sure Will Smith, he does the song for the second movie. So you'll get
that's nice.
A nice another sampled Will Smith song.
I do like Will Smith. I think he's one of the most easily likable human beings on the planet, really. Just in his acting, in his even in his music, in his personality, his public persona, whatever you want to say. He's
people
just very,
think
very
him and his
likable.
family are weird.
Why? Well, I mean, his family's weird. Well, in fact, not his family's weird. His son is weird.
Yeah.
His wife isn't. Nothing wrong with Jada Pinkett. Smith. Well, yeah, I suppose, but yeah, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Nothing wrong with unless it comes out that they're like flat earthers or something. All of them. I could see something like that happening.
Yeah.
Will Smith converts to Scientology, something stupid.
Well, no, he's like been kind of an undercover Scientologist for a long time. They haven't outright said it.
Damn
but
it,
they
Will.
kind of are. So yeah.
Oh, see, I knew there was something there. God damn it, Will.
Well, now you have to hate him like you hate Tom Cruise.
Well, no, but I hate Tom Cruise because he's weird.
But I feel like he's the same. Like his personal life, where he's very weird, but in movies, you can tell he's very passionate about what he does.
Yeah,
and he puts his all into his movies. And people who have worked with him say he's great. Like he learns all the names of all the crew, and he's very respectful of everybody. And
yeah,
you know, So, like, and
It's
he
nice.
puts his all into things. Like, he risks his life to entertain people. So,
It's nice.
Yeah, so hopefully we will get into Submission Impossible at some point. So then maybe you
No.
can see what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, it's happening.
I am convinced I'm the one person on the planet that doesn't care for Tom Cruise. I really am. But I can't help it. I can't help how I feel about certain people that don't like certain people. I don't know. They're just there. Tom Cruise is just there wanting me to not like him. That's Tom Cruise's sole purpose in life.
He's just a guy standing in front of a boy asking him to not like him.
Yeah. Yeah. You had me at go away.
I hate you.
So, yeah. It's
You
good.
had
That's
me
good.
at hell no.
Yes.
Okay, well, as we
Yes.
digress again.
You had me at hell. No, do you know why I love this show? Because I will go on about something nonsense and you will just come in and be like, right, okay, back on topic, let's go, let's keep it professional.
Yes.
You rein me in, and I
mean, unless the
appreciate
people
that.
tell us that they love these random tangents, which I do quite enjoy. I gotta keep things moving.
We keep things moving, otherwise we'd be here for
Yes.
4 hours, won't we?
Yes.
Just talking absolute nonsense and barely mentioning the fact that Men in Black is great.
And yeah, like these two actors, like you would not even think they'd
No.
have chemistry at all.
No,
They're
you really
totally
wouldn't.
different.
You really wouldn't, and it's really good. That was what struck me most, really, was the fact that they are so different. You would not think two actors so different as Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones would work together so well, and they really, really, really do. I don't know how it necessarily may work or may not work in the other movies, but in this movie, it really, really did. And I thought the actual story was really quite
Yeah.
interesting as well.
How it progressed, like how they opened it up and it moved really. The pacing was really good, I thought.
It really was. It's always got this air of just fun about it,
Yeah.
and it embraces the silliness a little bit as well. And like with I forget who the character's name, but the guy who Tony Shalhoub played, he's ridiculous, like the alien that.
Yeah.
What's going on there? But I loved that.
And there's like a lot of like little surprise sneaky actors
there's
in here that you
loads of them.
forget. Yeah.
There's that one big, is it like TV screen with all those little monitors on it? Where it's like Spielberg's an alien, Stallone's
Sylvester
an alien,
Stallone, Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick's an alien.
Yeah.
Who else is an alien? There's other ones, definitely,
Yeah.
that's on there that's like... I like that, though. The other reason, of course, they got stuff like that in was because it's Amblin Entertainment production.
Yes.
And they could get Spielberg to do something weird, which is also why it's a ride at Universal Studios Orlando. One of those interactive shooty rides.
Shooty.
That's what I call them. I don't call them, it's an interactive dark ride. It's an interactive shooty ride.
Shooty. Okay.
Because there's different types of indoor dark rides at theme parks. This is a shooty variety.
Gotcha.
Technical
terms.
Yeah, I'm not the best at shooty rides. But yeah, I enjoy that particular ride. That was my first consuming of any Men in Black content. Was that, so that will always be the you get the sort of in the station area, I forget their names, the two aliens who look at all the monitors, they're there. tapping away on the computer. So it's kind of nice.
So the aliens and the special effects and the puppetry and the
super good
makeup and stuff like that. What did you think?
Really good. You can say, oh, it looked great for 1997, but it looked great generally.
Generally, yeah.
It hasn't aged really.
And that's what I expected, because I hadn't seen this movie in a while. So I really expected like the special effects and like all the creatures and like the practical creatures and stuff like that to really not hold up or look good. But it all still looked pretty good. I
went on a rant about practical effects on the last wonderful podcast episode. When I was having a really stupid time, because I also went on a rant about... Was it a rant or was it more of a love letter to lighthouses and the concept of them?
I'd go with lighthouse.
Maybe I'm just excited.
Lighthouse appreciation.
Society. I'll create a group. We can meet on Thursdays.
At a lighthouse.
At a lighthouse. Maybe I'm just very excited for that new movie, The Lighthouse, from the director of The Witch. Maybe that's it.
Maybe
that's it. It's probably it. That is probably it.
Okay, I'm not going to let you go on a lighthouse tangent on this podcast.
Practical effects was what I was talking about. And yeah, the effects are really good. I like them. I like the opening of how those soldiers, sort of whatever it is, are there. And you get the first introduction to Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, like the state trooper kind of guys.
Yeah, and whatever they are. I don't know. And the old partner of Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Who's like, you need to retire, son. You're like 87.
Yeah, fumbling, can't get his gun out. Like,
he nearly died.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but it was
I
all a good setup. Like, it set up the world of aliens. It sets up what they do. It sets up what the flashy thing he does.
You get the flashy
it's set up that he needs a new partner.
Yeah, you get the tone right from that scene, right from that opening scene, and it is perfect. I love the fact that all the aliens are known by name to everyone.
Yeah, and they have like IDs and licenses and like show me your license. No, show me your other license.
They're just ingrained into society. Nobody knows they exist.
Yeah.
And if they do know they exist, they of course get the flashy thing.
Yeah.
Which
I
does
love that
does it have a name?
A neuralizer or something like that.
I feel like that's a good trivia.
I think it's called a neuralizer. But yeah, but I love how Will Smith is like, hey, have you ever flashy thinged me? He's like, no, tell me, have you ever flashy thinged me?
He's definitely flashy thinged him.
He uses flashy thinged me. Like, he uses it as a verb. I like that.
That's what I'd say. I don't know what I call it.
Yeah, that part made me laugh. He's just lying to him. Nope. And he's just walking away. Well, no, tell me.
Will Smith has definitely been flashy thinged.
Yes.
But no, I like the whole concept of the Men in Black, though. I'm always sort of, with like Bond and stuff, the idea of this sort of secret service, secret society, whatever it is, where everybody
like
has
a code
names
of security.
Yeah,
sense, I guess.
Where everybody has code names and stuff. Like with Bond, it's kind of set fairly realistically and all the stuff like that, which I like it like that, but when you get a bit like silly with it like Men in Black does and just have a lot of fun with it, and you still get the whole montage of Will Smith becoming one of them, becoming Jay. He's really good. That was my favourite part of the whole movie.
Just from him going there, and then like the whole thing with the chair, like that whole thing with all the guys in the chairs, like that was a test on its own.
When everybody, all the guys are there, and he's just there in his shorts and his t-shirt.
And they're like in military
suit,
uniforms, and none of them can figure out the best way to like take this test, and that is the test in itself, that he just is smart enough to just be like, okay, I'm gonna grab this table, and like, even though it's gonna be loud and kind of embarrassing, I'm gonna drag this table over here because that's the smartest thing to do. And that's kind of how he passes that test. And then his whole logic behind like the shooting thing, like they're all shooting all the aliens, and then he just holds off and then just takes one shot.
Yeah.
And then he's asked, "Oh, why did you think little Tiffany had to die?" And his whole explanation is so good. Like, well, this guy, he's just working out. I wouldn't want anybody to like shoot me while I'm working out at the gym. And this guy, he was snarling, but he has a Kleenex in his hand. He just, needs to blow his nose. But this little girl, she's like 7 8. She's got quantum physics books. Like, that's not, there's something wrong with that. There must be something wrong with her. And she's all in the streets with all these crazy aliens. His logic was so good.
Yeah, and that's just another thing yes. I really loved about this one. I love that the Men in Black aren't like against the aliens, right? Because that's again what I thought it was going into
just
it.
Any alien, but most that are peaceful, they just let them live among you. It's not fine.
It is just the fact that the Men in Black are there to
monitor, to get threats, and you saw that from the very start with that whole sequence in the very beginning where Tommy Lee Jones is introduced. You see them going after an alien who is like evil and trying to cause trouble.
Yeah.
And then you also see them interacting with ones who are peaceful, like the one who was like trying to leave town, and like, oh, we got to find him because he's trying to leave town, but he was only trying to leave town because his wife was about to have a alien spawn baby.
Will Smith delivers that baby.
Yes, and it's actually kind of cute until it spits up all in his face.
Yeah, but also we have to remember the fact that Will Smith was dragged around and thrown in the air and all that from the birthing mother.
Yeah, and I love that like that's happening in the background, and Tommy Lee Jones is just like questioning the guy in the foreground. Like, that was really well done.
There's so much stuff like that where it's just it seems quite simple, but it's just works perfectly.
Yes,
it's
what
so
a great
effective.
Choices made in this movie. Okay, so what did you think of the villain, Vincent D'Onofrio?
I mean, yeah, I don't think the villain's necessarily the strongest thing in the whole movie. I mean, sure, Vincent D'Onofrio, so you can't go wrong. You didn't
like Egger and his Egger suit.
But, yeah, I mean, I get... he was, for me, he was just the evil one that they had to stop. I was way more interested in the whole concept of them and getting into the Men in Black, the group of it. The idea of there's this secret group of people that monitor these aliens and that just flashy thing anyone that knows they exist, rather than the actual plot. Like the human story I thought was great with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, and then when Tommy Lee Jones has to sort of go at the end and loses all his memory.
Full circle. It's all full circle, like from him starting out having to do that to his old partner to now him. Yeah. And then he kind of reveals that he was looking not for a partner, but for a replacement.
Yeah.
Just for me with the villain, I thought he did a good job of, like, you felt like he was a creature living inside a skin suit.
Absolutely.
So I thought he did a very good job with that. And the makeup was insane, and he was just very sloppy and gross and off-putting. So in terms of that, I thought he did a good job of playing a man, a cockroach wearing a man's skin. Like, he was very like the way he moved and walked and talked. I thought he did a really good job with all that.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with that. It's nothing against what D'Onofrio was doing or what even the character was doing. I just think that was the weaker part of the movie.
And the part that didn't really grab you.
The part that didn't really grab me as much as the rest of it. And that it's a small thing for me, that, because I'm still coming out of this going, I loved this movie. I really loved this movie. It was so fun.
Yeah.
It's the kind of simple, fun, original movie that you do not get today, even though it's only 20-something years old.
It's just remakes and reboots. And
yeah, you do not get a movie like
an original
concept. Men in Black today.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because I really would like to see stuff that comes out of people's brains that can be as just simple, easy, pure entertainment fun as this.
Yeah.
With this,
it's been a while, but I feel like you're probably going to see it maybe decline in your enjoyment as the movies go along.
Look, I mean, I maybe expected that.
Okay.
I hope the new one's good, though, because it seems to be going in a ridiculously, really different sort of whole direction with it.
And I actually saw like a trailer when I saw Godzilla that kind of explained more of Tessa Thompson.
Okay.
Like, the trailers don't really say why she's looking for them, but then the trailer kind of shows that her parents she was in her window in her room upstairs looking out, and she saw both her parents get neuralized, but they didn't neuralize her.
Okay.
So she knows that something happened. So that's why, like, all her life she's looking for the Men in Black.
Okay.
Because the original trailers didn't really reveal that. They just said, I've been looking for you for all this time and I found you and all that stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, the trailer shows that, she was looking out her bedroom window on the second floor and she sees her parents get neuralized, and she's been looking for them ever since. So.
Well, it's definitely an interesting, different direction, though.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And I'm sure it'll be exceedingly cool as well as this the original Men in Black is.
Yeah.
As well.
It has that feeling, so I'm kind of excited about it.
Not just for its time. I don't think it's not late 90s cool in the same sense as The Matrix, which I think is late 90s cool, but watch it out of the late 90s and it's a dated movie. This movie isn't. Probably because Will Smith is generational.
I'd agree with that.
As an actor who anybody can like, and he's like 50 now, right?
Yeah,
which is he still looks the same.
Yeah. And you said you wanted to induct him in a certain Hall of Fame.
Well, I did, but you didn't allow me to.
Well, now you might as well. I'll let you. You talked about your lighthouses over here.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep the sanctity of It's a Wonderful Podcast.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna transfer that particular Hall of Fame over to this. Over to this.
Well, if you talk about an alien movie, like an old classic alien movie on It's a Wonderful Podcast, then you can relate it back to Men in Black and then induct him over there.
I mean, it will be a very, very
roundabout sort of way.
Yeah. He will be looked down on by the other members as the one that doesn't
the mustache that doesn't belong.
He's like, wait a minute, you're in colour.
Yeah.
Why are you in colour? No, it's not quite that bad. But no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to keep the sanctity of Wonderful Podcast and this separate. Different shows mean different weird things, and who knows if we'll ever come up with a weird Hall of Fame, Jeannine. Maybe it's the Morgan likes this movie Hall of Fame.
But you've liked everything so far, so it's going to get overcrowded.
I didn't like the first Thor or Iron Man 2.
Well, I wouldn't say you did not like them at all. They were just kind of low on the totem pole.
That's true. No, we're getting ready for the movies that I don't like, aren't we?
Yes, after this.
Well, there's no guarantee I won't like Men in Black 2.
Yeah, that's true. Or 3 even.
Or 3. Josh Brolin's
or even
always fun,
international.
surely.
I don't know. I mean, the trailers I saw for international, like, they didn't really make me laugh all that much. Like,
I like
you
it.
know,
I've
but
seen...
I love these two actors.
Yeah.
And I like the way they're going about it, that she went and found them. So I like that whole plot point. I know they have great chemistry. And after seeing this movie again, the original, after not seeing it for so long, it's kind of got me a little bit more excited to see the new one.
That's what's really going to do it for me in the new one, I think, is the fact that I like both the leads and they have great chemistry, as we have seen already in movies together. Like Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones have, and it looks also a relatively simple movie.
Yeah,
which
you got
is
Liam
also
Neeson
great.
in there. You got Emma Thompson in there.
Which is also what this movie just does really well, is that it doesn't overly do anything. It gives it to you straight, and that's what it is. This is what the Men in Black is. It has those wonderful sort of, like, as the... I can't remember what I definitely referred to it as the pure imagination scene, the chocolate room scene from Willy Wonka, when Tommy Lee Jones opens the door to the main room,
to the little gadgets and devices, and shows them all of that.
And it's the same type of thing. And then there's the whole room with everybody doing everything and running around, and all the aliens there. And I really liked the little aliens that were drinking all the coffee.
The coffee, oh yeah, those were really well done. I'm pretty sure those were practical.
Perfect, love it.
Yeah, I think they were like animatronic type things.
Yeah, but I always love a scene. As you well know, I love Willy Wonka. And I always love a scene where a door opens and there's a big room for everybody to just explore and around, and there's that sense of wonder. Yes. And that's exactly
always nice.
What I got from this. Yeah, the main room in this, and then you get the big montage of Will Smith getting his suit and his sunglasses. And
his iconic line that maybe you've seen a meme of, but you never really knew the context.
Well, yeah, what is it? It's I make these look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does. I can't deny. Will Smith, handsome man.
Yes.
Yeah, has to get rid of his name. He's not got a name anymore. And no. What is Tommy Lee Jones's actual name? Do we know that? Do we find that out?
Maybe in the second one.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's his real name or if that's just like his name that he has after being neuralized. But you see in the paper, he got to be with the lady that he left behind to be a Men in Black.
Yes, he did, which is, again, another little thing you got that I actually forgot about until you mentioned it just then.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember, how the second one has to bring him back in. Like, I can't remember because it's been a while. But, yeah.
I honestly feel like the human, and it's weird because it's an alien movie, but I honestly feel like the human stories, the human plot is really, really what I love about Men in Black. And I like the fight the evil alien plot, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm more just like the fact that the Men in Black are a thing, and the story with Tommy Lee Jones, with Will Smith, their chemistry and just all that. The again, it's world building, and what do I love so much, as we've discussed so many times, especially in the John Wick stuff. It's world building. Lighthouses, definitely. Absolutely, lighthouses, but world building was what I was getting at there. And you can build a world off a lighthouse, Jeannine. Did you know that?
You can. Yes. Aquaman apparently was built off a lighthouse. That whole story started.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the lighthouses.
Okay.
The Lighthouse Hall of Fame. Yeah.
And then, I mean, there was this nice little, maybe, Linda Fiorentino is going to be his new partner. Yeah. And then the sequel just totally just... and the sequel's just kind of like...
No. Tommy Lee Jones, he's back.
Yeah. Because that chemistry worked very surprisingly well.
It does. It really, really does. I can't really say too much else about the movie because I just absolutely just had an absolute blast with it and loved every minute of it. Really exceeded what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to like it, sure, but I did not think it would be as funny as it was. And I don't know why. I don't know why I thought like that. Like with everything on this, these are movies that I should have seen by this point. But
see, I'm doing God's work.
You really are. You're doing
Until
God's
next
work.
month.
You're doing
Until the next series.
Satan's
you're so
work.
excited to do.
Yeah, that's when you're doing Satan's work.
When I make you watch all the Fast and Furious movies before Hobbs and Shaw.
Unless you are a witch, in which case, yay, Satan. I don't know. Some people may. I don't know.
May be down for that. Okay, well, we don't want to alienate anyone, even the Satan worshippers.
Exactly. So you can't say you're doing God's work. You might be doing. You might be doing anyone's work. You're doing your own work, Jeannine. Is what you're doing. You're doing Jeannine's work.
I'm just making you better in social situations when people start talking about movies, and then you can be like, "Oh, I've seen that."
Oh, I've seen.
You can be like Captain America. I got that reference.
That is
like,
that is why.
Is that why you like Captain America so much? Because
why
you're like a man out of time.
Why is this now turned into a
all
therapy
you've seen are
session?
Old movies. So
that is
like
the exact
America.
reason.
You're just a man out of time. You have a little notebook. People tell you things you should check out.
Jeannine, we've had a breakthrough.
Yeah, so
that's why I love Captain America so much.
Because you're a man out of time.
Because I'm a man out of time, and I don't understand what everybody's talking about when they're talking about stuff that's 20 years old. Because I haven't seen it.
Hence the show Morgan hasn't seen. Yes, this was all a ploy to just get you into some pop culture therapy.
I mean, I can't believe that I'm speechless right now.
Did I just blow your mind?
I completely believe we've hit a breakthrough in the why I love Captain America argument.
Yeah, see? I'm good like that.
I'm fascinated. What? I'll be thinking about that all night. I'll be dreaming about that statement that you've just made. Wow, guys. Wow.
Yeah,
you didn't expect that today.
You're a walking Cap gif. You are that gif. I got that reference. You will be that gif every time we watch a new movie.
Yeah, but that's when anybody ever talks about oh, remember this? They're like Peter Parker in the Avengers movies. Yeah, oh, you ever see that really old movie? That really old movie, Alien? Yeah, we know what Alien is. But did you ever see that relatively recent movie, Fast and Furious 4, The Fast and the Furious? And I'm like,
you will.
No, I haven't seen that. I don't want to see it. Please don't force me to see it.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that series.
I'm not, because look, we had the MCU stuff, right, which was great. It was fun. We got into such an MCU mood during that whole series.
Yes.
Rightly so. Prepared for Endgame. Then we had the whole Keanu stuff, and I love John Wick, and I really like Point Break as well. Now we have Men in Black, and I've really loved the first Men in Black. Again, don't know how I'm gonna feel about 2, 3, and International, but we'll wait and see. And then of course the bonus Will Smith movie.
Yes.
Whatever that may be.
It will obviously be.
Whatever that will obviously be. But yeah.
America.
Okay. You're Canadian, Jeannine. You're not allowed to say that.
I could say it.
Did you know that the president is currently in the UK?
I heard about that, and he's already insulted your mayor before he even got there.
Yes, he did.
The mayor of London.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's not going well.
I'm sure it's not.
Protests are rampant, so they should be. It's fun. It's just all fun. That's all I'll say about that. That's all I have to say about that. You just brought up America, and that's what came into my head. What a shame. What a shame that that's now what comes into my head when I think of America. I don't think of Rocky standing in front of that flag in that poster of whatever Rocky movie it is.
Or Bruce Springsteen.
Or Bruce Springsteen.
American-made jeans.
Or
in front of an American flag.
Or Captain America's ass.
Or Spider-Man posing next to an American flag.
Or George Washington, or anyone else, or Barack Obama. I now think of some beast.
Oompa Loompa looking.
I now think of some beast from beneath the bridge.
Oh no.
You don't imagine that he actually plays a very good ogre or troll creature.
He could.
Put him. I would say put him in a remake of Shrek, but
Shrek is
that would be
too
doing
likable for
exactly.
him to be Shrek.
That would be doing a
he could just play
great
Farquaad.
disservice to Shrek. He can play Farquaad.
Yeah, he's very Farquadian.
Oh, that's a great term.
Just use that.
That's a great term.
You're welcome.
Are you Farquadian? Yes. Yes. He is very Farquadian. we need an ogre. Where can we find a nice ogre? Do they exist? Where can we find a nice ogre? Tommy Lee.
Now you're bringing your Shrek mess into this podcast.
Sorry.
Leave it in the wonderful podcast, guy.
Maybe Tommy Lee Jones can save the day.
Yeah, he's been pretty ogre-y lately.
Wow.
He's just so grouchy in interviews and movies and everything. He's just a big old grouch.
He is a big old grouch, which is why I was taken aback by how fun and smiley and likeable he was in this movie. I do like him as an actor, but I completely...
He was the perfect straight man in this movie.
I do suppose that this is only a couple of years after he was Two-Face.
It was...
Yeah. Batman Forever was 95.
95, yeah.
So maybe this is full goofball Tommy Lee Jones. Still...
Even though he
still
did not
being
sanction Jim Carrey's buffoonery.
No.
He was not. He was going to play this comedy part without any buffoonery of his own. Without any unsanctioned buffoonery.
Look, he did it well in this movie. He didn't do Two-Face well, but he played Agent K very
But
nicely.
yeah, this role required him to play it just straight and serious and playing off Will's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Wild kind of comedy. It worked perfectly.
It really did. I don't think there's a great deal left to say. Because it's a fairly simple movie, with just my fairly simple feelings towards it.
Love, yeah.
Yeah, of pure love, and it's always nice when anybody feels that way about a movie or anything else in life. I don't know why. It's all the therapy that you've done to me today. I'm going off on one. I'm tired. It's late. I've had therapy. I don't know what's going on anymore. But before we do wrap up, Jeannine, did you see Men in Black upon initial release?
I did. I saw it in theaters.
And
I do believe.
what has your feelings towards this movie changed over time? Did you like it then and still now?
I liked it then, but I didn't like love it or anything because obviously, I mean, I hadn't really revisited it in a long time. And there were some things I didn't really remember. But in watching it, like, yeah, there were a lot of really well done, smart choices. It was funny. The chemistry between everyone was great. The makeup and the effects were really well done. It was really well paced. Yeah, just a lot to like in this movie.
Yeah, it's such a good blend of the action, comedy, sci-fi as well. It doesn't, no one of those three genres strikes out as the lead genre. It's such a good hybrid.
Yeah,
and I always
it's just
like
a great
that.
original idea that was, executed well.
Yeah, it really is. Do you have anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up?
I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Rip Torn was good.
I forgot about
Rip Torn. Yeah, we didn't really talk about him.
That's true. Let's talk about him
As
with
Zed,
the
kind of boss.
I first must apologise. I do not mean to cut this short at all. If you would like to carry on, I do not want to do that. Rip Torn may be the best name of all time.
Right?
Rip Torn. What's his middle name?
Patches O'Houlihan.
Okay. Who the hell is Patches O'Houlihan?
Okay, well, we're going to have to do a frat pack run. Frat pack. That was his character in Dodgeball.
I'm not doing Dodgeball, please.
Yes. We're doing a frat pack.
Please.
Next year, I'm putting it on the calendar, frat pack movies.
Is that what they are referred to as?
Yeah, it's like old school.
No,
Dodgeball,
God.
all the Vince Vaughn,
No.
Owen Wilson, Luke
No.
Wilson,
Oh,
Will Ferrell.
I can't think of
Yeah, those are called
anything
the frat
worse. I would rather watch Fast and the Furious again.
I think you'd actually like Dodgeball.
Why? Why, like nobody in that movie. Apart from maybe
you don't like
Ben Stiller. Yeah, apart from maybe Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller's great.
Sometimes.
And Vince Vaughn.
No.
You don't like Vince Vaughn?
No.
Oh, good grief. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh,
now I'm really gonna do it.
Oh, damn it. God damn it. What have I got myself into, guys?
Yes, frat pack.
Can we not do Brat Pack movies instead?
You've seen them.
Not all. Well, a lot of them.
Yeah, so shut up. Shut up.
Can we not do Rat Pack movies instead?
You've seen all those too.
No, I've never seen a single Rat Pack movie, actually, so...
Okay, well, maybe we'll do a back-to-back Rat Pack, Frat Pack, Brat Pack. But you've seen pretty much all of those.
What's the... Does like the whole Seth Rogen group of people have a name like that?
Probably, but I don't know what it is.
Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd,
James Franco.
James Franco,
Jonah Hill.
Jay Baruchel. Do they all have a name? I think they should have a name.
That's a good question.
The Stoner Pack.
Yeah, maybe. But that just doesn't have a nice ring to it.
Stone Pack. Pack of stones.
Yeah, no.
Rocks.
No. No.
Boulders.
No, that's awful.
The Boulders.
The Boulders.
Danny McBride would be in that as well. That group, though, way less annoying.
So you haven't seen any of those movies? You haven't seen The 40-Year-Old Virgin? You haven't seen...
Oh, no, I've seen those movies.
See? Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
We're not adding those on the list.
No, yes. Seth Rogen's group.
You just wanted to know if they had a name.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if they had a name. I'm all about that. I'm all about those guys. I love those guys.
Okay. Well, you might love the other guys. You just don't know because you've never seen any of those movies.
I just don't like the people.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch.
Wedding Crashers, which you thought was the wedding singer for some reason.
I did. I got my wedding movies mixed up. I also thought that Wedding Crashers was 4 weddings and a funeral. No, I didn't.
Oh my
That's not
gosh,
true.
no, that's
That
definitely
isn't
not
true.
even
No,
close
that
comparison.
isn't true. I was just thinking of another wedding. What's another wedding movie? Wasn't there a wedding movie a few years ago with Kevin Hart?
A wedding ringer.
Well, that's too similar. So, wasn't that the same movie as The Wedding Singer? Was Kevin Hart a singer?
No, it was The Wedding Ringer.
I don't know movies. As much as I may come, I don't know movies, do I, guys? I don't.
This is the point of this show. So
Yeah,
it's official for next year's schedule. Look out for a frat pack run. Morgan's gonna love it.
If you remember, which nobody will remember.
I'm writing it down right now.
That note will get lost.
That makes it official.
That note's going to get deleted or lost.
The ink is dry. It's official.
The phone's good. You're going to
Frat
get a
pack,
new phone.
Frat pack.
It'd just be 3 hours of me hating. It won't be like a nice, concise episode like this is, where I'm just like, yeah, this was a great movie. These are the stuff I loved about it. It will
you're
be
not going to grow
rants and raves
until you
about
experience things that you are
annoying,
hesitant to experience. You don't know if it's going to be annoying. You just are assuming.
I know for a fact that.
And to assume is to make an ass of you and me.
I know that I find Will Ferrell annoying. These are things that I know.
But what have you seen him in? You've just seen clips of him, and you're just automatically annoyed?
Yeah. I can't help that, okay? He's a man-child. I don't care for man-child humour. Which is why I also don't like Adam Sandler, but then you made me watch Happy Gilmore, and that was okay, because he wasn't acting like a complete buffoon.
Okay, well, you liked it. See, and you didn't think you were gonna like it.
I liked.
So maybe this will be a similar experience.
I liked Happy Gilmore because it was about golf.
That was not the only reason you liked it.
Yeah,
I saw you laughing at some of the buffoonery. Okay.
Yeah, but not a lot of the time.
Well, you keep protesting. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna have to, because it's my rules up on her.
It is.
So.
It is, and I can't go against that, because it is your rules on
so
this.
Please just
have
an open mind. Have an open mind.
have
an open heart and an open mind, and maybe you'll enjoy something new.
Jeannine, I have a very open mind. No. It doesn't mean that I won't. It doesn't mean that I won't just keep saying no. I don't want to do it. I mean, I will do it, but I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep saying.
Fair enough.
I'm not so awful to not do it, but I will be complaining, and you'll have to deal with that on those episodes when they, if and when they do arrive, because there's a big if there. Stupid Vince Vaughn, and various other people. Will Ferrell, makes me vomit. Sorry. And the tiredness is setting, the silliness is setting, and I think it's about time to wrap up this episode. We have talked a little bit about Men in Black, some about nonsense, other stuff, as we always do, but you know. It wouldn't be Morgan Hasn't Seen without a bunch of nonsense.
I think we're due to get flashy thingied.
We are due. Well, yeah, let's flashy thingy ourselves. And that was my impression of the flashy thingy. And yeah, that's going to do it for another episode of Morgan Hasn't Seen. We've been talking Men in Black, which I now have seen, Jeannine, and I'm very pleased about that.
Good job, Morgan. Very proud of you.
Next week is the second one, Men in Black 2. Where I believe Tommy Lee Jones has to have his memory restored and to be brought back. So, who knows what will happen? Near enough everyone else, apart from me, because I haven't seen it. And that's the fun of the whole event.
It is.
Isn't it? It is. Jeannine, where can everybody find you? What are you up to?
You can find me at Jeannine Devine on Twitter and Instagram. I have a weekly article that I post, a column on Trivia SD, Machine Mondays. You can check it out there. I have a TeePublic shop, G9 Design, on TeePublic, so check that out as well. And you can see me compete in the Collider Collision on June 22nd live.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is it called it won't still be called the Collider.
Oh, it'll be the
Collision,
Schmodown Collision.
The
Schmodown
Collision.
Schmodown Collision now.
A perfectly understandable mishap there. Jeannine,
Yes.
the important question is, though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a tea shop.
I do.
Now, you can purchase T-shirts on this tea shop. That's what it's for.
Uh-huh.
This show has a logo.
It does.
Can the good people purchase a Morgan Hasn't Seen shirt?
Yes, they can. Yes.
Yay! Now, that's exciting. That is the most excited I have been since you told me I had to watch Will Ferrell movies, which doesn't make sense because I was not at all excited for that.
I'll just neuralize you after every movie.
Please flashy thing me now.
Yes.
Flashy thing me. I have to do the
Then
impression
you won't remember.
again.
Then you won't remember to get a T-shirt.
No, I have to remember to get a T-shirt, and we should all get a T-shirt with our faces on, because you can.
Yeah.
If you have ever
That's
wanted
not narcissistic at all.
If you have ever
But
wanted a T-shirt with my face and Jannine's face on the same T-shirt, G9 Design, TeePublic.
Letter G, number 9 design on
Go
tpublic.com.
and get yourself one over there. How fun is that, guys? It's great. As far as I go, and if you want to hear me ramble on about any more nonsense and on a slightly less sillier scale over on It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show on this feed with Nolan Dean and myself, obviously. We finished Monster Movie Mate. It was great. Jeannine did speak a bit about Godzilla today. That was what we did that whole month over there in honour of. On the last episode of that month, Nolan did give a little review of that movie, of Godzilla King of the Monsters. So go and check out all those on Monster Movie Mate on It's a Wonderful Podcast, because it's been a lot of fun. It's been some different movies that we kind of stuff we don't necessarily usually cover on the show, so it's great. Although we'll be back to sort of real Golden Age Hollywood sort of stuff this coming week, because we have we have Pillow Talk starring Doris Day and Rock Hudson.
And you can get yourself an It's a Wonderful Podcast shirt as well.
You certainly can.
At G9 Design on tpublic.com.
If you want that logo. It depends really what you want. Do you want Nolan's face or Jannine's face? I know which one I'm choosing. It's my face. I just care about me. That's the only face I'm on both of them, so you can't get away from me, I'm afraid. So if that puts you off getting a shirt, I completely understand. It's fair.
Damn it, Morgan.
It's fair. It's my fault. It's all my fault. But yeah, go and check out It's a Wonderful Podcast as well. Find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Castbox, Podcast Addict, Google Podcasts, and wherever the hell else you may download and listen to podcasts on, and leave those 5-star rating reviews on Apple Podcasts. We really would appreciate some more of those. It will help us out so much. And if you do like the silliness, and we know it's a silly show, but we like it. At least I think Jeannine likes it.
I love it.
There you go. Jeannine likes the silliness as well, so it's perfect. But yeah, go ahead and leave those on the Apple Podcasts. It will mean so much, and we will love you forever, and we will give you a big old thank you on on the show that it's about. Unless it's about both shows, in which case we'll thank you on both shows because we're just that nice.
Do it.
Or at least I'm just that nice because I'm the only one that's on both shows. Although Jeannine has been on wonderful podcast a good number of times. Nolan has never been on this show and will never be on this show because this is... well, I don't know. I don't want to say that. Maybe he will one day. Who knows? If and when we ever do a teen drama, 16-year-olds having drama but that aren't coming of age movies, it's weird. The sort of stuff that Nolan likes, it's coming of age movies that aren't coming of age. It's weird. I get him sometimes.
We do have a teen movies month coming.
We do.
So maybe we can have a guest.
See, maybe we can. All the fun will happen with more episodes of Morgan Hasn't Seen. We are in the Will Smith series right now. You can find me on Twitter at the Purple Dom with a 3 instead of the E in the, because 3 is the magic number. Find the show on Twitter at It's a Wonderful One, where you can see all the updates for both shows on this feed. And yeah, I think that's about it. Download, share around, tell your friends who like other silly kind of movie shows that sometimes talk about movies but more often than not talk about stuff like lighthouses or how much one of them dislikes Will Ferrell. It's a lot of fun. Guys, until next time, Jeannine, let's do it at the same time because we've been doing that lately and I've kind of liked doing that. Bye. Damn it, we didn't do it at the same time.
Boo. Next time.